Welcome to How to Twin Val'kyr. My name is Undying Chaos, GM of Broken Tribes. Before I get into the exact strategy, I will go over the mechanics of this fight so you can understand the logic of this specific strategy. The Valkyries consist of one light boss called Lightbane and one dark called Darkbane. One thing to make note of is that each of them do the same abilities, it just depends which Valkyrie is doing what. Also, that Lightbane does not do holy damage, it is fire, so fire resistance will help. When starting the encounter, 4 portals will spawn in a square pattern in the Colosseum, 2 being dark portals and 2 being light portals. Clicking on the portal will result in you being attuned to either light or dark. To help in the confusion of this explanation, I will say this. To do damage to light, you must be dark. To do damage to dark, you must be light. To protect yourself from light, you must be light. To protect yourself from dark, you must be dark. To kill, you must consume. To live, you must embrace. In short, that means for you to do damage, you need to be the opposite of whatever you are attacking, and when they do their AoE ability, you must be the same to not take damage. During the fight, orbs will spawn throughout the room being either light or dark. Depending on what you're attuned to is how they will affect you. If you are attuned to light and a light orb comes by, you will want to pick it up as it will give you a stacking buff that will eventually result in a damage buff. Now if you are attuned to light and touch a dark orb, the orb will explode and do AoE shadow damage. Now if you are attuned to darkness, it is the same as what I just said, except that darkness will buff you and light will hurt. You will notice in this video we simply take the AoE damage from the orbs as it isn't that much damage, and healers can heal through it if they are on the ball. Also, being attuned to light or dark will constantly be taking damage related to what you are attuned to. Every 45 seconds the Valkyrie will cast a special ability, which can be one of 2 things that are random and can be cast on either Valkyrie. Twins Pack is one of the 2 abilities that can be cast. Twins Pack will have one of the Valkyrie put a shield on themselves and will start casting a heal that will heal them 20% of their health if the cast is completed. The goal is to do enough DPS to break the shield, then interrupt the heal. Since the shield they cast will have the same properties as themselves, you will need to have the opposite attunement to do damage as I went over before. The other ability is Vortex. Vortex will be casted by one of the Valkyrie, and depending on which one will determine what kind of damage it does. So to not take damage from Vortex, you need to be attuned to the same Valkyrie doing Vortex. That is all the mechanics of this fight. As for our specific strategy, we choose not to split the raid for the sake of making it easier on everyone. When the fight starts, have all of your raid attuned to light and run over to the dark portal and DPS the dark Valkyrie. Tanks should not bother changing and should just keep the opposite attunement for them to keep aggro. Have your tanks position both Valkyrie a few yards apart as seen in the video. Now with this setup, this will allow the raid to make a circle motion. When having to DPS one due to the shield, you are either the attunement you need or next to the one you will need. Or if it is a Vortex, it is the same thing. If the raid has to change its attunement due to an ability, wait till the ability is over, then head over to the other portal, so your raid is ready in case you need to change. The fight is mainly knowing when and what you need to be attuned to, depending on what ability is being used. As an extra tip, make sure your raid is aware of what they need to do. Calling it out can sometimes be confusing for the raid leader and same for the raiders, so just know your role when certain things happen. And above all, enjoy the loot.